This story is coming from Joshua 5 and 6. It's the story of the fall of Jericho. Joshua approached Jericho and he saw a man holding a sword, and he said, "Are you for us or our enemies?" And the man said, "Neither. I have come as the commander of the Lord's army." So Joshua fell on his face before the man and said, "What message do you have for your servant, my Lord?" And the commander of the Lord's army said, "Take your shoes off, because the place on which you're standing is holy ground." And Joshua did this. Now, Jericho was tightly shut up because of the Israelites, so that no one was going in and no one was coming out. And the Lord told Joshua, "I'm giving you Jericho, its king and its fighting men." The Israelites were to march around Jericho each day for 6 days, and on the seventh day they would march around 7 times. They were to be quiet until they heard a loud trumpet blast, and the people were to shout, and the walls would come tumbling down. Now, on that first day, Joshua got up early. The priests took up the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord, and there were 7 priests in front of them with 7 trumpets. The army went ahead, and then there was an armed guard in the back as well. They marched around the city and returned to their camp. They did the same thing for 6 days. The 7th day, they marched around 7 times. On the 7th time around, there was a loud trumpet blast, and the people shouted, and the walls came tumbling down. Now Joshua had told them that they were not to touch any of the devoted things, the things devoted to destruction. They were to take all the silver and gold and the articles of iron and bronze and put them in the Lord's, or the treasury of the Lord. They were not to take any of them, or they would bring trouble on themselves and trouble on all Israel. Now, they went around the 7th time, the trumpets blasted, and the people shouted, the walls came tumbling down. And they went in, they took the articles of silver and gold, bronze and iron, and they put in the Lord's treasury, and they became sacred. And Joshua said, "Put everyone to death in the town, except for Rahab and her household, because she had hid those scouts that had gone and sought to spy out Jericho." So they took Rahab and everybody in her house, and they brought her to a place safely outside the camp of Israel. And Joshua put a curse on the city, saying, "Cursed is before the Lord is anyone who tries to rebuild the city. They will build the foundation of the city at the cost of their firstborn, and they'll put up the city gates at the cost of their youngest." Now Joshua's fame increased, and the Lord was with Joshua. And this is the story of the fall of Jericho, coming from Joshua 5 and 6.